the right buttons. I don't know. I did it. I'm just going to wait for it to not light up anymore. Okay, hi. Welcome to my very first episode of Fix Me, I'm Healed. My name is Natalie, and I'm with my girl, Yaya.
Hi.
And I felt like you were the perfect person to start off my first episode with because we've done mad episodes before on your podcast, my previous podcast, and you just get it. You get it. And briefly, I do want to say just like what this podcast is about because it is new.
Yes.
And I know that the name could be a little confusing because it's like Fix Me, I'm Healed. It's like a contradiction.
Yeah.
But the whole point is, as much as you can think that you're growing and maturing and you're handling things better than you used to, there's always going to be a moment where you're triggered. There's always going to be a moment where you slip up and you revert back to old behavior. So like life just always wants to humble you and remind you that you still have work to do. And that's basically what this podcast is about. So we're going to be talking a lot about like just everything, really. All the deep shit, philosophical shit, spiritual shit, and how to grow and how to heal through all of that. So I'm really, really happy and excited. And this is a very personal journey for me. So thank you.
I want to give you your big ups on this for starting your new podcast. And I think this is going to be very good for the audience that you're going to have because you're going to see a little bit of like unhingedness, but then also with healing at the same time. So thank you for having me on the podcast. Course. I love to talk with you at all times. But yes, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
I wish you nothing but success on your podcast journey, your new journey.
So we're going to start with the first episode with, I guess, I'm happy that we picked this topic because it's a topic that you wanted to talk about. Yeah. And I feel like when it's personal to the guest, it just makes for better conversation. So the topic is dating a partner that isn't as experienced as you. And so how I wanted to break this down first is like, what do you mean by experience? Like what kind of experience would you like them to have?
I feel like it would be like overall just experience in relationships because like if you date someone that doesn't have experience in relationships, you're pretty much going to be like teaching them the ropes. And it's like everyone has different like teaching methods. So it could be like something that you think is okay in a relationship that they don't think is okay. So I feel like just probably it's like weird. Like just I think it would be like just dating someone that has had real relationships that know what it's like to be a partner, not like just sleeping with people.
I feel like when it comes to the experience thing, I hear what you're saying. But I also feel like even me, like having experience in dating, if I on purpose don't want to show up and be a good partner to you, then it doesn't even matter if I have experience. Especially if like if all I've ever had was bad experiences. Yeah. Like if all I've ever had was toxic and I don't know any better, then I'm going to be just as toxic with you. And that's the shit that be fucking people up. And it's like, yeah, like, I don't know. I thought when you picked this topic, I thought we were going to talk about like maybe experience, like life experience too. Because I feel like that's important.
That's important.
Like if you're dating somebody, like especially now, like we live on our own. But if you date
bitches with apartments and fucking cars,
you know what I mean? But if you date somebody who's like still with their
mom. Well, now we could talk about
no shade, just like
there's no shade. It's no shade, but there's very much a very big difference. And like if you start dating a guy that lived with his mom, babes, you're gonna become his mom.
Been there, and that's okay. But I was never that. Hold on. But you know what? It could have gotten there.
It could have gotten if you let people, bitch. If you let people. On rock, like, what is it? They start roller skating and shit.
Yeah,
they start sliding in this bitch.
Oh, so are you gonna cook for me? Are you gonna do my laundry? Yeah. Are you gonna just like?
No, babes, I'm not doing that. No. I feel like it's so funny because like, so my last relationship, like my partner was 3 years younger than me. I feel like there was certain things that like I wanted him to show up more as at home, but it was because I have been doing that for myself.
Right.
So I've been living by myself since I was like 22 with my daughter. And it's just like, all right, if we got to change something in the house, I want it to be changed right away. Because if I'm living by myself, I'm gonna change it right away. I'm not gonna like, if I have to put it off, I'll put it off. But I feel like living with a man is like, bro, I don't have to tell you to take out the trash. I don't have to tell you to help me. Like, I don't have to tell you certain things that you are supposed to do. And that's the difference between dating someone that's inexperienced. Because if you dating a guy that has his own apartment, he gonna know, all right, let me take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna wait until
Like,
the trash
shit, the floor's
overloads.
dirty. Maybe I should grab the broom.
Maybe I should fucking sweep or mop.
Yeah.
Or maybe Saturday mornings,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be sleeping. If my girl's waking up and she's cleaning the house, maybe I should wake up too and clean the fucking house.
Okay.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Stay there. Because
I'm saving a lot of energy.
obviously you could feel
today.
like that could be draining, right?
It is,
Like you have to keep showing. But don't you, I don't know if we should wait.
Now go
No,
ahead.
fuck it.
Oh,
Don't you
yeah,
feel
okay.
like no. Don't you feel like with every situation, at some point you have to teach your partner something or how to do certain things. So
I feel
like where do we draw the line then? You know what I mean?
I feel like drawing the line would be like where you're repeating it so much. I feel like it's two times. One time is enough.
Bitch.
No, one like. Bitch,
No,
I said
I
what
feel
the
you.
fuck I said.
No, I feel you.
Because I feel the same way. My partner tells me something one time, I'm gonna get it one time. Like, all right, cool.
You don't feel like there's a little stubbornness in you that makes you want to like. You
like
know
not
what I mean?
say it twice. I'll say it twice. That's what my problem is. It's like I will have grace. I will have a lot of grace. I'll be very understanding. I'll be like, all right, 2-3 times. But when it becomes a constant issue that I'm like repeating the same thing to you over and over again, then it's like, where do we actually draw the line? How much grace am I going to have for you? How much patience am I supposed to have? Like, for me, one of the biggest things that is like on the weekends, I get it. It's like a rest period for some people, especially if you're working very, very hard. But like, I'm pretty sure Saturdays, you're not sleeping in all morning.
No, not
You're
at all.
not.
I'm not.
And you work 2 jobs.
I do.
It is so crazy because like, even like my sister, she was telling me this about her man. She was like, yeah, for guys, she was like, oh, he's always tired. I'm like, how? Like, why are guys like that? Like, why are you so tired when you're not even putting X amount of energy out? Women do a lot more.
I believe
women can handle a lot more.
And we're not
it's
trying to
just
come
like,
at men.
No, we're not. But we just like, I really genuinely don't understand. Like,
it's just, I think the upbringing, like we can only really talk for like Hispanic households, really, because you know I'm not black, I'm not white, I'm Spanish, but it's like the moms would just let the boys just chill. Like they don't gotta do shit. They don't gotta cook.
Yeah.
They don't gotta clean. So it's like, just work, make money, and that's it. Us, it's like work, make money, and then come home, cook and clean and make sure you do the laundry and make sure the kids are good and make sure. And it's just like, we're just so used to like taking that load. And I feel like we spoke about this on your podcast too. Like we take that load all the time and it's just kind of expected and we just do it. But I think when you have a partner, even if you're inexperienced, I feel like when you get with me, I'm looking for a partner. I'm going to need you to do something. Fold some clothes, wash some dishes. I'm not expecting you to cook as good as me or maybe as often. Because honestly, I prefer to cook. If we're going to eat, I want it to be good. Like, if you don't know how to cook. Oh my God. I'm just saying.
That's true.
You know, and to me, I think it matters too. Like, even if somebody's inexperienced, I think there's something to be noted of like the effort that they do put in.
The effort matters.
Like, you know, if I see that you're trying, cool.
Yeah.
I could work with that. But if you're not trying to do shit, that is where I draw the line. I think that's where I draw the line. Like, I need some effort. I need you to show me that you about your business.
I feel like I'm the same way because I'm like, all right, effort, yes. But like, eventually, how much effort are you going to show?
You want mastery.
Baby.
I feel you. No, I feel you.
How long are you going to show me that you can? Because everyone can try. Mm-hmm. Everyone can try. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, when am I going to... And it for me, it hits a point where it's just like, all right, now I'm talking to you about this shit. You're not fucking changing your actions towards it. Now you're trying to like... My biggest thing, I think it becomes a bigger red flag when you talk to like an inexperienced partner about something that bothers you. And because they're so comfortable in their like... and where they're at that they don't want to change it, they try to like blame it on you and try to say, oh, you want me to change, like you're doing too much. And it's like, I'm sorry for asking for respect. My bad.
Yeah. I remember, so you're making me think of a past person that I used to date where it was like, he had no experience in relationships, especially healthy relationships. And then no real life experience. Cool.
Ooh,
and it's like
that.
What you said, it's like, oh yeah, because you think you're perfect. You think you're so mature. You just want everybody to kiss your ass. And it's like, where the fuck do you get that from?
I'm sorry that I hold myself to a high fucking standard because my experiences have fucking placed me
and
here.
it's like, but honestly, it's like asking for the bare minimum. Like I'm asking for some consistency and communication. That's all I'm asking for. It's not like I'm asking, and it's like, it's like what you said, I'm gonna just be me. I'm not changing for nobody. That right there, you could go to hell.
You could really go to hell. Nigga, go the fuck to hell for real. Because I don't like that. Like, I feel like, and especially like you said, like when you're in a partnership, like, you have to be open and you have to be willing to share. Like, everybody has different ways. Of course, 100%. You're not supposed to be like, oh, let me be a robot or whatever the case is. But I feel like when you're dating an inexperienced partner, like things that trigger you, this is gonna go like to where it's supposed to go. I feel like things that trigger you, like when you bring it up to that partner, if they don't have the experience, like if they never dealt with someone that has the same issues that you're having, or they've never had it before, they're gonna like disregard you completely. Like when it comes to like respect, like me, someone asked me yesterday, like, what are my values like in a relationship? And I thought about it. I was like, for real, for me, it's really like respect, loyalty, and transparency. Because it's like, if you respect me, I don't have an issue with you. No. If you're honest with me, I don't need to have an issue with you. But if you're lying, if you're like making things seem as if they're not, trying to make it seem like I'm always bugging when I say something to you,
gaslighting, basically.
That brings a fucking issue in our, like, that just brings an issue overall, because now you're making me insecure. Now you're making me second guess myself. I don't like second guessing myself. Like, and if you're not reassuring me, what the fuck are we really doing?
Yeah.
Like, nobody want to be in a relationship like that.
I remember also with the inexperience, I think some partners know that they're inexperienced.
Yeah.
Like they know, like even if, let's say you were in a bunch of toxic relationships, sometimes you learn and you grow and you become better and you learn what not to do. And I feel like you could be trying, but the partner that doesn't want to try with you and is inexperienced, like they try to belittle you. And they try to make it seem like you're not as mature, as evolved as you're actually working and trying to be. You know what I mean? And then all the things that you have accomplished, all of like, you know, whatever, what you got your degree, you got, like as a woman, you know, you be proud of your accomplishments, and they are threatened by it, and they try to be like, oh, nobody cares about your job. Like I had a partner tell me that. I don't care about your job. I don't care that you make good money. I don't care that you have an apartment. Like that don't mean nothing to me. And it's just like,
babes, that should mean.
And it's like, for me, it's like, I didn't even ask you if it meant anything to you. It means something to me. And I don't even know why you feel the need to even bring that up. Like, it's just, to me, that's super disrespectful to me.
That's crazy because
I would never belittle you for having a job, you know, wherever you work. Like if I love you and I respect you, you're my man, cool. But I would never come at you for what you do. Why would you come at me and try to bring me down?
Oh my God. And that is the worst, because if you brought it up when you were like, when they try to like tell you that you're not as mature as you thought it. It's like, babes.
Because I could have really turned the fuck up. But
you
I kept it cute.
That side.
I kept it so cute.
I kept it so fucking demure and so fucking classy. And we was chilling. Like things were calm. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And I also don't like when people try to take you out of your place. Like dating people that are inexperienced is kind of like, all right, if you deal with somebody that has had multiple experiences, they could have probably had an encounter with someone when they're like, all right, this is something that happened in my past relationship, or it happened to me, or I know that it happened, because experience is not only things that happen to you, it's what happens to other people and people that share it. Friends of the partner that you have are very important also, because you need to make sure that the person that you're dating is not leaning on people that have whack ass like reactions to shit. Like you low vibrations. Like you can't. Yep. Like if I'm going through, like you see, going through my breakup, I'm always reaching out to you because you're a level-headed friend. You're not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, fucking go crazy.
I never thought somebody would call me level-headed, and I'm very proud of myself. Anthony. Okay, so Anthony is behind the camera, and he's like, me either.
Yeah, because every time I'm about to do some crazy shit, I always hit up Natalie, and Natalie really be like. I have you and I have like 2 other friends that I hit up people. Because I'm like, yo, my bitches be keeping me in fucking line. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like I have experience in relationships. I have experience with friends that have been in relationships. You're not going to give me shitty ass advice. No. You're not going to allow me to like talk bad on my partner, on my ex-partner, you're going to tell me like, all right, let's
If anything,
do this.
I feel like when you tell me stuff, I'll be trying to see their side first.
Exactly. Right. Because you're not biased about it. Exactly. You can't be, be fucking for real. Dealing with somebody that doesn't have experience, they're going to be leaning on everybody after the breakup. They're going to take whatever the fuck they say, listen to them. And you have to really see, and this was a sermon the other day from Pastor Flowers. He said it. You have to be very careful what you let in your ear because you really have to see the fruits that other people grow. Because why the fuck am I taking advice?
Repeat that.
Baby, like why? You have to listen. You have to be careful who you let in your ear. And before you let people in your ear, look at the fruits that they bear.
Girl. That
because
is good.
Why the fuck am I listening to you if you've never been in a relationship before? Why am I listening to you if you don't know what it's like to have a partner? You don't know what it's like to live with a woman. You don't know what it's like to do this. You don't know what the fuck am I really? What am I doing?
Right.
What am I doing?
Right.
Babes, he said it. He said what he said.
No, shout out to Pastor Flowers.
Period.
All right. So I want us to now shift into the second half of the episode where we get into the healing part. Okay. Because we just vented.
We just went crazy.
We just went. But I also want us to, because, in life, it would be great and super ideal if you meet someone who is always on the same page as you, money, accolades, whatever. You know what I mean? That in a perfect world, it would be that way. Yeah. But sometimes it's not. And you shouldn't also count out everybody who may not have the same mindset as you. Like maybe they're not as experienced, but they're still a good person. That's true. And they can grow. You know what I mean? Like you want to give the benefit of the doubt for people who, meet each other and that's what it is for them. So let's see how we can offer some strategies for navigating it. So we've both had experience. Yeah. So what do we think that some things we can do or try to I guess navigate that situation? Other than, communication number one.
Communication is number one, but I feel like certain people will act like they are on the same communication level as you for certain situations. But when it comes to the nitty gritty, when it gets down, they're not on the same level. And you know what?
With that, I think that we need to really do a better job at seeing the signs early and leaving. Because that's honestly, I think that's the best advice. Baby. Because sometimes, yes, communication, great. Patience, fantastic. Amazing. But how long are we going to wait? You know what I mean? How many times do I need to see you fail me before I'm you know what? Maybe you're not the right person for me. And it does not have to be an argument. Right. It doesn't have to be where now we disrespecting each other going crazy. But it could just be you know what? This is what I'm looking for. And I'm not seeing that you could really meet me there. Maybe you could find somebody more on your level. And I could just, kindly bow out and continue trying to find the person who's on my level.
You really got to scan the perimeter.
You have to.
And I feel like warning signs in the beginning of, I feel like you got to listen to the warning. Because bitch, the other day, all right, we're in the healing part. Let me not get crazy.
Give an anecdote.
Because the other day, remember when I was talking shit to my close friends of looking back on how my relationship started to fail in the beginning phases. It was less than a month in and we were already having issues. And I overlooked it because I was let me be gracious. Let me have some grace. Let me be understanding. You can only be but so understanding. Yeah. You literally can't sit here and let people play with you because the minute you let shit slide, but I don't like that because I don't like it when it's if you let something slide, people will use that as a sign to roller skate. I don't think that's okay because it's if you give me grace to do something, if I fucked up, I'm not gonna do that shit to you. And again. That's
because but that's your values,
right?
And you respect that enough, right?
Exactly.
Where you're you know what? I don't want to shit on this person because they already forgave me, so I'm gonna move better. But if you see that you give somebody grace and they still want some fuck shit, then that's all you need because it's also you really playing with me. You really are disrespecting me.
Exactly.
And I think that's the part that we be having a hard time. We'll still chance after chance after chance. And it's no. And then even with that, I want you to really tap into why you keep giving chance after chance. Because for me, I know every time I gave a lot of chances, it was just, I was afraid of being alone. I didn't want to start over. Ooh, it's bitch. I was alone for so long. I finally got somebody. So let's just ride it out, make it work. And that's the scarcity mindset that we be talking about because it's what makes you think that you can't find the person for you?
You want to know why I gave so many chances?
Let's hear it.
Because I would have wanted those chances given to me. Bitch! Wait. That was a reverse Uno. Bitch!
Wait, but okay, hold on. Bitch, bitch, why you brought this up now? Because I could keep going. No, that's good. Let's stay there.
It was just from like a point of view of like, all right, if I would have fucked up like this, I would have wanted that chance.
But then, you see, I think that's what fucks us up because you can't even guarantee that somebody's going to give you as many chances as you give them.
And they don't.
And sometimes they don't.
And they don't. So
it's like sometimes I think in these situations, you got to be a little selfish.
Yeah, you do.
You have to be,
you unfortunately. Have to. It's so fucked up that you have to be that way sometimes in order to protect yourself too.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like when it comes to like healing within these kind of relationships, for me, like moving forward, I will not get into something with someone that hasn't had any experience. I don't want to get into something with someone who has a one-way communication line. Like if we can't sit down and talk about whatever issue we're having, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
If you don't have past experience of like living by yourself or like or dealing with kids because you don't have a daughter. It's like dealing with kids is a must for me. But it's not only that. It's kind of like, I want to see how you act when we're in some shit.
Yeah.
If you're folding when we get into some shit, babes, we're not going nowhere. Because marriage is what? In sick and better in health and all that.
All that.
So if you can't even, we having a regular like dispute and we having an issue and you're folding, what are we really doing here? That shows up in different parts of your life too.
Yeah.
It shows up in business.
Yeah.
It shows up in your professional life. I don't want to be with somebody like that. Like I don't.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing. Like you seem to be very clear now and about what you want.
Oh, yes.
And I think as long as we all remain very clear about what it is we want, hopefully we adhere to that and we don't stray away from that because that helps. Like you need to know what you want so you know what you don't want and then you can recognize it and then make whatever fucking decisions you need to make. I do want to offer a few more points and then we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
So some of the things that I looked up some actionable steps that you could take because we just be talking, but everything could be tailored for you. Like you do what works for you. But some of the things is communicate openly about what you need without assuming that your partner knows, which is fair. I don't think we should be like making everybody be a mind reader with us. And work on self-regulation.
Oh, that's very heavy.
So that way, whatever they are lacking, it doesn't frustrate you to that extent or lead to a lot of bitterness. I feel like those are like the best ones. And yeah, finding a balance between supporting them and maintaining your own standards, which I feel like we need to do too. Because you know what? Your partner is not going to be everything.
Exactly.
There's going to be things that you're going to have to help and develop them through. But you have to know, like, I don't feel like what you said. There's certain boundaries and shit. Like I shouldn't feel like I have to develop you through like not cheating on me.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Like certain things like that. No, like if I have to teach you how to like help me around the house because you're not used to it. Cool. If I have to teach you how to cook a few meals so you could help out. Cool. That's fine. But like all the other like basic necessary shit to make the relationship healthy and successful, I feel like I shouldn't have to fucking...
I agree with you. And I definitely agree when it comes to like mind reading because, you know, I be expecting people to read my motherfucking mind.
I know.
I be expecting them
like,
to know.
Why did I have to tell him? And it's like, well,
you have to tell him. I be expecting them to know line by line. But I do agree with that. Like, I feel like everyone needs to like figure themselves out and be honest with yourself before you get into a relationship. If something is too much for you to handle, say that.
Yeah.
Don't be like, that's like dealing with inexperienced partners. Like, look, we're both bitches with degrees. We got our own motion. We got our own shit going on. We don't really need to fuck with anyone that we don't want to fuck with. So when it comes to you, like, I feel like when it comes to a man, like dealing with us, they should know, like, all right, if I'm not going to meet her standard, and it's like, Bear, we don't even ask for much because we don't even be asking for shit.
No, literally.
We don't ask for nothing. Like, we don't need you to fucking, all right, pay a little bill or two, but we got everything. We have everything. And it's just like, we just want you to be there. We want you to be a partner. Why the fuck, if you can't do it, just say it.
Just say it and bow out gracefully, please. Yeah, it's true.
Babes, dip.
Yeah, it's true. So this was great.
This was amazing. I like
it was nice and short to the point.
Yes,
stay tuned for the next couple episodes.
Yes.
This was a good first one.
I love that.
Thank you. Do you want to share what you got going on? Socials? Like
well, you guys can follow my social. Natalie will link it down below.
I will.
Miss Versatile on Instagram and TikTok. And I also have a skincare line, Fade Away Skin. You might have seen me at some of Natalie's pop-up events. And I also have the Girls Encounter podcast, which is coming back soon, which you'll see us talking a lot more shit on. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate being on your pod all the time. It's a good vibe.
Yes. So guys, yeah, we're done. This is the first episode. It was a little rough, but we got through it. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.